In this video I'll be using luring to show you how I taught Bella to sit pretty. Sit pretty is a physically demanding trick. It takes good core and back strength to be able to hold the position safely without injuring to your dog. It's important to work up to building strength slowly and take care to watch your dog for signs of fatigue to prevent any injury. To start with, I need Bella to be in a square sit in front of me, making sure she is sitting with her weight equally distributed. With the treat in my hand, I hold it in front of her nose and raise the treat upwards above her head, being careful not to push the treat too far back behind her head or Bella will lean too far back and lose her balance. To start with, as soon as Bella lifts her paws off the floor, even if it's just quickly, I click and reward. At first your dog may just lift one paw up. Still click and reward any effort towards lifting the paws off the floor. Then you can gradually work on getting both paws off the floor. Some common problems. The dog is standing on back legs and reaching for the treat. Keep the treat closer to your dog's nose. Having it too far away from his nose will mean that he reaches up for it. The dog leans back and loses his balance. Do not push the treat too far over the top of his head. You need to keep the treat above his head and lure it upwards, not backwards. I fade the lure as soon as possible. As soon as Bella is consistently lifting her front paws off the floor, I can remove the treat and just use my empty hand and then reward from the pouch. The hand movement and the shape of my hand will become my visual cue. I start to generalize the behavior early on by changing position. If you do this, don't forget to reduce the criteria if needed as you are changing the picture. Once Bella is consistently sitting up with the hand signal and keeping her balance, I add duration. To do that, I start by withholding the click for a second. I only add more duration once Bella is successful at the previous level. It's important to slowly increase the duration so that your dog is able to build up core and back strength, which may take many sessions. Once I have a little duration, I can add distance. I want to increase the distance between myself and Bella so that eventually Bella will be able to do a sit pretty from any distance. To do this, I increase the distance a few inches at a time and only add more distance once Bella is successful at the previous level. And remember, I'm changing the picture, so reduce the criteria if needed. Now Bella is doing a consistent sit pretty, I can add my verbal cue. I do that by saying my cue sit pretty before I give any visual cue or a hand signal. Remember, I'm changing the picture again, so I have reduced the criteria by decreasing the distance at first to help Bella succeed. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Yes, good girl. Sit pretty. Alternative method. If your dog is struggling to lift his feet off the floor or to keep his balance, he may just need some support to start with until he builds up some core strength. An alternative way to teach a sit pretty is to have your dog facing away from you and you can support his back, let him lean on you or use your arm under his belly to keep him balanced. Sit. Yes, good girl. Yes. Yes, good girl. Good girl. You can also use your arm under his belly to help him balance, but only use this method if your dog is happy to be held in that way, as you don't want to create a negative association. Once you have your sit pretty on cue, don't forget to proof the trick by using different locations, orientation and distractions. And here is the finished trick. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Yes, good girl. And sit pretty. Sit pretty. Up. Yes, good girl.